we're going to see the light area on that moonlight map. It's going to slowly shift to the left. It's going to slowly shift to the west. And that means that the moon is going to be rising over Africa and rising over Europe.
Yeah.
So the island of Cyprus, for example, right in the eastern part of the Mediterranean, that is just where that sort of light part of the map is meeting the dark part of the map. That's where the moon has just risen. As the Earth continues to rotate, more and more of Europe is going to have moonrise. In London, for example, moonrise is going to be about 2.5 hours from now. That's going to be about 20 minutes before the end of totality during tonight's eclipse. Overall, pretty much all of Asia, Australia, Africa, and Europe will have a chance of seeing some of this eclipse. So those are four, pretty much all of 4 continents. That's giving us roughly 7 billion people have a chance of seeing some of tonight's eclipse. That's a lot. That's about 85% of the world's population. Anna, we have data on our eclipse pages about how many people in the world can see different stages of an eclipse. There we're using actually raw population data that is coming from the Center for International Earth Science Information Network at Columbia University. So it's really interesting figures that we have there. The 2 continents that don't really see any of tonight's eclipse, that is North America and South America. Right now, they are on the daytime side of Earth. So the moon is on the wrong side of the planet for them. Right now in New York, for example, it's just after midday. So the moon is not going to be rising for many hours until after the eclipse has finished. So no eclipse today for North or South America, but for the rest of the globe, if you've got clear skies, you can go out and enjoy some of this eclipse.
And if you're in North or South America, you can enjoy it here.
But absolutely, yeah.
So we're at 4 locations for this eclipse. We're in Australia, the United Arab Emirates, Germany, and Cyprus that we're looking at right now. And that last location, that's where our time and date mobile observatory is. That's where Stefan Thorsen, Anna Smith, and Renata Molenhuis are streaming the moon to us right now. And it's very impressive that they've managed to catch this image so soon after moonrise. We know how fiddly it is to be able to get to train your telescope right on the moon as the moon comes up. So they've done an awesome job there. They flew down to Cyprus because that's where Stefan has poured over our cloud data. He's poured over our the depth of how deep the eclipse is. We've got moonrise here. We've got the eclipse hasn't started yet. Well, the penumbral phases have started, but not the partial phases. So 15-ish% of cloud cover in general in Cyprus. So we had our fingers crossed for clear skies there. But we've also got some other partners.
We're working with some old friends tonight and also some new friends. One of our old friends is Matt Woods at Perth Observatory in Western Australia. And this is the bad news that we have to share, Anna, that Matt in Perth is unfortunately completely clouded out with clouds and rain. Matt's actually been having the wettest winter since 1996, and unfortunately we're not going to get any telescope images tonight from Matt. We are, however, going to go and have a chat with Matt in Perth in about 15 minutes from now.
Yeah. And in Dubai, we're working with the Dubai Astronomy Group for the 3rd time. They're in the United Arab Emirates. It's Khadija Ahmad, Shiraz Ahmad Awan, Ahmad Hassan, and Mahmoud Hassan. And they're bringing us beautiful images from Dubai anytime. We've seen them practicing while we've been waiting to start the show. They're working alongside astrophotographer Rami Debo as well. So we're excited to see some images from them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And also tonight, we're working for the first time with some new friends in Kassel in central Germany. We have a wonderful team at the Kassel Observatory. This is David Spira, Mark Voskowski, Miron Gassat, Florian Hein, and Julian Kanetz. First time we've collaborated with them, but again, we've seen some great images coming in from there of them getting everything set up and ready. The moon hasn't risen yet in Germany, as we can see from our moonlight map. We've got to wait for that light area to shift across into Europe before moonrise. But we are hoping to get some images from Kassel, maybe towards the end of totality tonight.
Yeah. And if you're watching from somewhere else, it's Sunday evening here at HQ in Stavanger, Norway. The moon is still going to rise, like it's 2 hours until it rises. The sun's still very much out here. And we've been talking to local media here and explaining to people how to be able to see the eclipse. And unfortunately, the eclipse will be rising as it is during totality here. So you need to get up high and have the sun in your back and look towards the east to get a chance to see a little bit of totality. But the partial stages, for sure, you will be able to see if you elevate yourself to a higher location. So when the partial eclipse ends, it's about 1 hour, 45 minutes after moonrise. The moon will still be close to horizon, but it's worth going out, taking a look, and making sure you're bringing a torch to get back down that mountain you're on. But right now, we're in the penumbral phase of the eclipse. And what does that mean, Graham?
Yeah, so the penumbral phase of a lunar eclipse, this is where the moon is passing through the lighter outer part of Earth's shadow. So Anna, imagine you were an astronaut.
Easy.
Standing on the near side of the moon. That's the side of the moon that we're looking at now on the screen. It's the side of the moon facing towards Earth. If you were standing there and you looked up at the sky, you would see the Earth blocking some, but not all of the sun. You'd be seeing a partial solar eclipse. As we look at the moon now, we can see that on the left-hand side of the moon, it's a lot darker than on the right-hand side of the moon. So if you were standing on the left side of the moon, you'd be seeing a pretty deep partial. Oh, and we also see there's a beautiful plane going across the moon there as well. That's a nice catch from the team in Cyprus. So yeah, if you were standing on the left-hand side of the moon, as we're looking at it here, you'd be seeing a very deep partial solar eclipse. If you were standing more towards the right-hand side of the moon, you'd be seeing a much shallower partial solar eclipse. Looking at the moon from back here on Earth, this is what we call a penumbral lunar eclipse. Now, in about 10 minutes from now, this is when the partial lunar eclipse starts. This is when the moon starts to move into Earth's dark inner shadow. And this is when we're going to see the moon start to be sort of eaten away by this dark shadow that's going to spread in from the left-hand side of the moon as we're looking at it now. And Anna, if you were that astronaut standing in the dark part of the moon, when you looked up at the sky, then you would see the sun completely covered by the Earth. You'd be looking at a total solar eclipse. Then about an hour or so after the partial lunar eclipse starts, we arrive at totality. That's when the whole of the moon's disk is covered by Earth's dark inner shadow. And that's when the moon can take on this famous blood reddish tint. Now, why does the moon turn red? Actually, we're going to be talking to Matt in Perth about that in about 10 or 15 minutes time.
Yep. But first, we have the partial eclipse to look forward to. We can watch that. There's penumbral. You can already see that it's getting quite dark there on the left side. The penumbral eclipse is getting deep. It's getting darker and darker. And we are going to let you enjoy these gorgeous images of the moon from Cyprus here. And we are going to be back and talk to Matt Woods in Perth about what we're in for tonight during totality. Actually, why does the moon turn red? So we'll see you back here soon. You're watching total lunar eclipse here on timeanddate.com, and we are getting into the partial phase of this total lunar eclipse, which is really exciting. You can see the moon there being covered up there on the left hand side. We've got our timeline there on the side. I keep pointing the wrong way, but we do have it there on the side, and you can see that our little moon icon has moved into the partial bit of our timeline there. So that's a good thing to keep an eye on. That means we're just under an hour to where totality starts, and we can see 1 hour and 22 minutes of a total lunar eclipse of blood moon. So we're excited about that. And yeah,
we've got great images coming in here. We've got in the main feed here, we've got the image from the Time and Date Mobile Observatory in Cyprus. Up in the top right hand corner, we've had some great images there from the desert just outside Dubai, from the Dubai Astronomy Group. Also earlier, we saw some nice images in the top right corner of the team at the Kassel Observatory in Germany setting up. They're on the rooftop of a building that's part of the University of Kassel in the city center. And we had some nice pictures there of them getting ready for moonrise later on this evening.
And we also got someone else on the screen. We've got Matt.
Yeah.
And we've been excited to talk to you, Matt. I know that I know that you're not too excited to be back at home in your office, but it's our 8th time working with you and Perth Observatory. We're super excited. The weather had other ideas for live streaming the eclipse, but we're excited to see you. And it's past midnight for you, Matt. So thank you for staying up, and tell us about all the struggles you've had with the weather this winter in Australia.
Yeah, so Mother Nature RSVP'd saying they're coming to this event, and as we speak, starting to rain again. So typical. So this has been the wettest winter in Perth since 1990, when I was 10 years old. So wow. That's a very long time. And I have been driving through this. My girlfriend's birthday, Rachel, was this week, decided to drive about 5 hours down to a lovely place called Pemberton. Highly suggest if anyone's coming to Perth, go down. It's amazing down there. But I think they were talking about they experienced about 100 millimeters of rain this weekend. So I definitely drove through a lot of this rain, and it's great for the farmers, but this is why we call clouds our mortal enemy.
It's not great for astronomy, is it?
Yeah. That is always the great challenge of astronomy, of course.
Especially since this is the first eclipse that we've had, total lunar eclipse here, since November 2022, when we actually did this from the Matilda Bay. So we had this Perth City skyline, and even we had some issues with cloud at the very beginning here.
Yeah, and Matt, when you're not streaming eclipses and when you're not driving through the rain, you and your colleagues at Perth Observatory, you guys do a spectacular job at talking to the public about astronomy. So tonight we've got this total lunar eclipse. Just under an hour from now, the moon is going to start to turn red. So Matt, how do you explain it to people when they ask you, why does the moon turn red?
Yeah, it's a really interesting railing. It's the same reason why we get colourful sunsets and sunrises as well. And during the total lunar eclipse, during totality, the moon moves into the umbra, the inner shadow of the Earth completely. So from now until 1:30, we're seeing the moon slowly move within it. And what's really interesting is when we're actually live streaming this, during the partial phase, we're actually we would normally be running on video and sending that to you guys. But once we actually moved into totality, we actually have to change to taking single shot photos because the moon gets so dim that we have to up the exposure time as well. What's happening is that even though it's completely in the shadow of the Earth, some of the sunlight is still going through the Earth's atmosphere, and our atmosphere acts like a lens and bends and refracts some of that sunlight into the shadow. And our atmosphere is blue and that's because the oxygen and nitrogen particles kind of absorb or refract that blue part of the light. Light's made up of blue, red, and yellow, and then what's left over is the red and yellow light, and that continues on and hits the moon as well. And and the really cool thing is it depends on how clean the atmosphere is. It will look a lighter orange or a copper color if you don't have any particulates like dust or volcanic in the atmosphere, but it will look darker red if you do have like a volcanic eruption throw up material up into the atmosphere as well. So we had the Tongan eruption a few years ago, and we had some fantastic sunsets for about a years, I think it was.
Yeah. Well, that's a great explanation.
Yes,
on the red color in a blood moon. Thanks for that, Matt. Well, Matt, we've been clouded out completely tonight in Perth, but we do have some more great eclipses coming up, right?
Yeah. And funny enough, I got to do a TEDx talk on live streaming an eclipse with you guys as well back in 2004, November 2004, and I got to explain to the public that WA has actually 5 eclipses in the next 50 years, total solar eclipse. So we have 2028, which is coming up, and that's below Kununurra, in the very top of West Australia. It's the second largest state in the world. We then have 2037 through Gerald and Dunsborough, which is about 5 miles from Perth. We then have 2038 Onslow, which is actually further up from the eclipse, which Stefan and I did in 2023. We then have in 2062, we have Albany, and the one I'm hanging out, 2068, that goes directly over Perth. Observatory as well, so you can sign me up for that one, but we don't have to wait as long. We don't have to wait as long for the next total lunar eclipse here. That's actually March 3rd, and that's actually a reasonable time. I'm looking at it right now, and 6:43, 7 p.m. That's a nice reasonable time. So yeah, looking forward to that one. We might actually have to do that one from Matilda Bay again, like we did November 2024. So,
yeah, and we should also say that Perth is in a ideal time zone for what we're starting to call the New Year total lunar eclipse, as 2028 rolls into 2029.
Yeah, I think you guys have said you're coming out for the 2028 total solar eclipse. I think you guys should come out again to celebrate New Year's. We could do a full costume setup as well. Like we have the big glasses, the zuzus, and have fun, sparklers. Well, probably not sparklers here in Perth. In a state forest, and B, it's probably going to be very, very warm that day. So
yeah. So just to explain, this is a total lunar eclipse that is going to start on December 31st, and in the time zone that Perth is at, as New Year strikes at midnight, it'll be during the first partial phase of the eclipse. And then about 15 minutes after New Year, that's when totality will begin in Perth. So yeah, it really is the New Year lunar eclipse. And yeah, Perth is really the ideal place to go and
we'll
celebrate.
talk to Stefan and see if we can go to Perth twice in 1 year.
Look, West Australia is the best place for do astrotourism, guys. So it's, you know, our observatory is about 45 minutes out of the CBD, and I tell you what, we're at 4, so and rule. You don't get skies like we do 45 minutes out of any city. So thankfully Perth is growing north and south, not east. It's, and you don't have too far to get out of Perth before you get some pretty awesome skies. I've been lucky enough recently to go out and do quite a lot of big trips out in the country, and oh my lord, we have the best objects in the night sky in the southern hemisphere. We might not have a pole star, but we have all the best objects, and we have one great view of the Milky Way during wintertime.
Yeah, I'm excited about seeing it. I am excited.
Can I sell this here or can I?
Well, Matt, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and we count this as your 8th live stream with us, even though we're not looking at the moon for now. And we're going to see you back again in March next year, and that we're going to get everyone to keep on watching. We're inching towards totality. We can really see that partial stage moving across the moon there, like it's getting darker and darker. So I'm very excited about that. Totality is at 5:30 UTC, 17:30 UTC, that is. And thank you again, Matt. It's been awesome talking to you, and stay tuned, and we'll be back soon. You're watching a total lunar eclipse here on timeanddate.com, and I have a special report from Mission Control. Earlier in the show, at the 1722 UTC time code, I need my glasses on for this. You might have seen a plane going across the moon. That was the Boeing 737 Georgian Airways flying from Lacona to Tbilisi. We know there are quite a few nerds out there that enjoy that kind of fact, including here at Time and Date. So yeah, we're just adding that to the mix. We're about 17 minutes out from totality. It's about 20 minutes. It's a very smooth change totality, isn't it, Graham?
It is, and we can see from the images on the screen that I mean, we can see clearly that the partial phase of this eclipse is almost done. That almost the whole of the moon's disk is getting covered by that dark inner part of Earth's shadow. We can also just check in on our moonlight map that's just above us there to just see what the global situation with this eclipse is. So just a reminder that the light area of the moonlight map, that is where the moon is above the horizon. That's where the moon is visible at the moment. So yeah, it's pretty much all of Asia, all of Australia, and now more than half of Africa, and around about half of Europe. This light area of the map is slowly shifting to the left. It's slowly shifting westwards as the Earth rotates. This means that Germany, where we have our partners at the Kassel Observatory in central Germany, they are slowly moving towards the light area of the moonlight map. Moonrise in Kassel is around 1751 UTC, so that is around about 35 minutes from now. Of course, we won't see the moon instantly in Kassel. We saw at the beginning of our show that we had to wait for a while for the moon to come into view after it had risen in Cyprus. It's got to get out of the, that dirty air we often see along the horizon. We've also got to wait for the sky to get a bit darker after sunset, because one of the things that Matt mentioned when we were talking to him is that, as the moon approaches totality, it really does get much dimmer as well. So, I mean, we can see there is on the screen, there is that enormous contrast between the bright edge of the moon on the right-hand side and that darker bit of the moon on the left. The moon really does get very faint during totality. So when it's rising just as the sun is setting, the sky is really bright. So it's, we are going to have to wait a little while still before we get to see our first pictures of the moon from Kassel. But that's what our moonlight map is showing us. By the way, that little icon right in the middle of the map, that icon is a moon icon, and that is showing us where the moon is directly overhead at the moment. And it's pretty much over Singapore, which means that if you're in Singapore now and you look straight up, the moon is sort of directly above your head there in that sort of Singapore part of the globe. The moon is also turning red on the moonlight map because the moonlight map is showing the eclipse in progress.
It is. And we can also see from our images here that that main image we have on the screen now, it's exposed for the dark side. We can kind of, if we add a little bit of imagination, see that it's turning a little bit red. And as the lighter side becomes smaller and smaller, it will get more and more red. So very excited about that. But there can be a little bit of blue in the blood moon as well.
That is true. Yeah. A little band of blue that we sometimes see, also known as the turquoise band. So again, Matt was explaining earlier about why the moon turns red during totality. He was talking about how sunlight getting filtered through Earth's atmosphere takes on this reddish tint, and it's that reddish glow around the edge of the Earth's atmosphere, that's kind of giving the moon this red, bloodish color. But around the edge of Earth's atmosphere, in Earth's upper atmosphere, there is the ozone layer.
Yeah.
And light that passes through the ozone layer actually takes on a bluish color. So this means that when we look at Earth's dark inner shadow, we're seeing this dark reddish shadow, but around the edge, there is this a very thin, pale, bluish edge to the shadow. Now, it's really difficult to see, and as we're looking at these images here, it's very difficult to see because we've got that great contrast between that sort of very bright side of the moon on the right and that sort of dark reddish part of the moon on the left. Sometimes just before totality or just after totality, when that bright white part of the moon is very thin, sometimes where the light part meets the dark part, if you're lucky, you can just see this little hint of blue, a little blue band, a turquoise band. But it is difficult to see. And we don't always see it at every total lunar eclipse.
We did see it in March. So fingers crossed we're going to see it again.
Well, fingers crossed. That's right. We actually had some great images back in March of the turquoise band. So fingers crossed. And we'll keep watching to see if we can spot any of that tonight.
So there's still lots to look out for and enjoy for tonight. But of course, you don't need to have a lunar eclipse to look at the moon. There's always fun things to look for with the moon.
Yeah, absolutely. And Anna, we got a reminder just a few days ago from our friend at NASA, Stacey Horvath. She's at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. And her reminder was that Saturday, October the 4th, is the International Observe the Moon Night. So this is a global celebration of looking up and learning about the moon. I think last year's event, it involved participants in about 127 countries. We're wishing everyone good luck for International Observe the Moon Night.
And another excuse to look at the moon.
Exactly. As if you needed it, another excuse.
Well, we are looking at the moon right now, and we're going to keep watching. We're getting close to totality. We're about 9 minutes out. So very, very excited about that. You've got the timeline there on the side. You can see our little moon icon. We're inching its way towards totality there. We've got our moonlight world map, and that stays on when we go off the screen. That shows the moon going blood red there as well. So we're super excited. It's 10 minutes from now. Totality begins.
This is the second total lunar eclipse of 2025 that you're watching here on timeanddate.com. And well, we are struggling a little bit at the moment, Anna. We have some clouds have invaded the sky for our mobile observatory team in Cyprus. We're also struggling a little bit with our pictures there from Dubai at the moment. But hey, this is
this is part of the game,
right? This is an eclipse live stream, and clouds do happen, of course. Having a look on our timeline, we can see that we are into totality. We're about 20 minutes into the total phase of this eclipse. We did see earlier that the moon certainly had got covered completely by Earth's dark shadow. Okay, we're getting pictures back now here from the Dubai Astronomy Group in Dubai. We can see that the moon has gone very faint. We can see that it has taken on a sort of a very pale reddish color there as well. So this is totality. We have still another hour or so of totality to go. So we've still got lots to look forward to.
Yes,
with this. Now we do have to mention, Anna, the amazing team that we have here at the Time and Date headquarters in Stavanger, Norway, who are taking all these pictures from around the world and putting together this live stream. So the team here in Stavanger, we have Jeremy Kraus, we have Andy Ardener, we have Ardian Rexhai, Sarah Kornberg, Adalbert Michelic, and David Usken, putting together these images for us here. And of course, Anna, we have our intrepid mobile observatory team out there in the Eastern Mediterranean on the island of Cyprus. That is
currently struggling with the clouds.
Right, currently fighting the clouds. That is Stefan Thorsen, Anna Smith, and Renata Moland-Hus. And we're going to have a chat with Stefan later. But right now, we are going to catch up in Cyprus with Renata. She is Time and Date's data analyst. She's our in-house cosmology PhD and just kind of an astro all-rounder. And she's flown out with the mobile observatory team to Cyprus. And we are going to go across and have a chat with her now.
And there she is in the dark.
Okay, and I think at the moment it's also saying Matt Woods there. Of course. That is
Renata. that is Renata there.
Hi, Renata.
Hi.
Hi. And hey, it was sorry about the clouds, but this seems like it might be a good time for a quick chat.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, Ishiza, this is your second interview today. I think because this morning you were doing an interview from Cyprus with Norwegian National Radio about tonight's eclipse. Tell us when you're talking to the media, what sort of things are they interested in about this lunar eclipse?
Well, of course, they were very interested in what it actually is, what is happening, why does it turn red, and of course, very much where in Norway can we see this, and who gets the best view of it across the country.
Bit of competition there by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Right.
So this is your first time on the road with the mobile observatory, Renata, and what is it like? You're sitting there in the dark. It's you got in yesterday and now you're live streaming the moon. Oh no, we're losing her sound.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you, Renata. Go ahead. What is it like?
Go ahead. Okay. Well, it's very nice, first of all. Of course, it's my first trip, but it's not Stefan's first trip, so he has everything planned out with nice long Excel spreadsheets that we can follow to make sure everything is going according to plan. And we practiced a bit yesterday, tried to find some stars and things to align our telescopes with. And of course, it's very nice to be sent to Cyprus for this mission. So we're having a good time.
Oh, that's good to hear. And did your trip go okay? Did they take an extra look at the telescopes?
Yeah, they did take our carry-ons to the side and security and went through all three of them. But otherwise, everything went very smoothly. All the luggage arrived on time.
Oh, that's good to know, because we do have telescopes in the carry-ons, so they might get a bit curious about those. And we're looking at the moon from Dubai here, and it's looking kind of purpley dark. And we were looking at the moon before the clouds came and got you guys in Cyprus at a very rusty brown moon. And Graham and I were discussing, what color really is it? Because the telescope it depends a little bit on your telescope. It depends a little bit on your settings, on your camera, what color. So you can actually see it, probably not right now because of the clouds, but earlier. What color is the moon where you are?
Yeah, we had a very similar experience to you, very dark, quite brownish red color. So of course we try to portray it as realistic as possible when we send the images.
So and how is it? Is it as magical as I remember it?
Yes, it's beautiful. Very, very, very beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
Well. And so, and what is the latest situation on clouds? Just looking around, and what we're coming up to 9 p.m. local time there in Ayia Napa, and I mean, just kind of looking up, how are we doing on the clouds?
Well, it's still a bit of clouds covering the area. The wind has picked up a little bit as well. But there's a little bit peeking through in between.
Yeah. We're certainly picking up a bit of the wind on the microphone there as well, so we can hear that. But actually, just as you were talking, we did see there was a little bit of the moon just came fleetingly into view in the telescope view there. That's just above you on the screen. So it's fingers crossed.
It is. I'm crossing all my fingers and toes and all the things I can cross. Renata, we're going to let you get back to work. We're going to be back in Cyprus soon to talk to Stefan and hear about his experiences. And meanwhile, keep watching. Enjoy the blood moon if we can see it between the clouds. And we are approaching the midway point of this eclipse. So we still have just under an hour left, right? A little bit more, a little bit less than that.
A little bit under an hour for totality. Yeah.
Yes. So we've still got a lot of totality, and we've got lots of eclipse left. So we'll be back soon.
Welcome back to this total lunar eclipse on timeanddate.com. And well, we are over the halfway point of this eclipse. We can see from our timeline that we are moving through totality, the total phase of this eclipse. We have about another 25 minutes or so to go, but we have passed maximum eclipse and the moon is now starting to move slowly out of the Earth's shadow. Moonrise is happening across Europe. the moon has risen in Kassel in Germany. We haven't seen any pictures from Kassel yet because we're still waiting for the moon to get up high enough into the sky to become visible. We're also waiting for this very faint, totally eclipsed moon to become visible as the sky is darkening in Kassel, because when the full moon is rising, that's when the sun is setting. So you always have a very bright sky still at moonrise, at full moon. But yes, we're going to be hoping to get some telescope images from Kassel up on the screen soon. In the meantime, we did say that we were going to go back to Cyprus and have a chat with Stefan Thorsen. Stefan is the Time and Date CEO and Chief Eclipse Chaser. And we're going to go and have a chat with him now in Cyprus.
There he is. Hi,
Hello.
Stefan.
Hello, Graham and Anna.
Hi. So why Cyprus? I'm going to jump right in and ask, why did you end up there?
There kind of had a few reasons for that, but one option is always to be at home, but in Norway we only get half of the eclipse, and the weather is normally not that great, and it's very hard to see the eclipse or the moon when it's very low over the horizon. So we had to get a bit more east. That was one reason. And then we wanted to get a bit rid of the clouds. At least plan was to get rid of the clouds. And then it would be nice to go a bit more south to the Mediterranean. And the furthest we can get in the European Union at all is actually Cyprus. So and the most kind of convenient place to go without having to fly too far, both for expense and time reasons, was for Cyprus. And we used our own eclipse map with the cloud cover map, which tells the average cloud cover in Cyprus is about 5% at this time of year. So it sounded like a very good idea.
But you have been fighting the clouds, and tell us a little bit how you prepare for this. You know, you have to set up, you have to prepare. You know, you've got things scheduled, you're practicing. So how does all that work? And then on top of that, fighting clouds.
No, we've done it quite a few times now, so it gets a bit of routine, and you try to kind of do the same things as you've done before. But there's always something new you might want to try, which didn't before, and there's always improvements. And there's a new place. We haven't been this place before, so we didn't know exactly what to expect in terms of both location, what the views were like, and internet capacity, and lots of small but important things to do a stream from. So
yeah, and I mean, and of course, once you've got all the equipment set up, there's still a lot of work to do on managing the telescopes. And I mean, you've been dealing with various challenges throughout the evening. I mean, the eclipse started when the skies were still very bright after sunset. You know, now you're fighting clouds during this, very faint total phase. I mean, how do you deal with these changeable conditions?
As some eclipses, like the previous total lunar eclipse where we were in Charlotte in the US, that was kind of a very quiet evening most of the time, because everything just worked fine. There was a bit of clouds in the before we started the show, but they all disappeared. So we had a kind of easy night, and we started quite well today as well. But of course, we knew that the challenge of getting the moon rise and how quickly we can get the moon, ideally you want to kind of have the telescopes aligned and trained in advance. But we arrived, it wasn't so easy to do that here. So we kind of just had to brought binoculars where we're watching the sky and scan the horizon to see the moon, which is kind of exciting, but also sort of you really want to see it now. and then you need to kind of set up everything in a way to get the lock on the moon. While normal eclipses that are further into the night, you can kind of set up everything in advance before you go live. So it's kind of the first one we kind of did it this. I mean, not the first one, but it's one of the few we didn't have such a chance to prepare in a way and get everything up in time. But it's a nice challenge, I would say.
Yeah, and you did get it up in time. We saw telescope images of the moon quite early on after moonrise, didn't we?
Yeah, we I don't remember the time, but the moon was not visible right over the horizon. There was a bit of a haze, so and it's a bit hard to see where the haze stops and kind of there's a clear sky, so you just need to kind of patience and be on the lookout. But when it appears, it was very clear where it was, so that helps, of course.
Yeah, and we're looking at a beautiful moon now from you guys, and also what we call the wide shot. So you've got the moon right up in the corner of that of our little black box above Stefan there, and that's a little bit kind of realistic of how it actually looks when you're in.
Yeah, it is actually very realistic. Indeed, it is actually. We can just look up and then we look at the more or less the same thing as that little image shows.
Yeah. So I often get the question, like, why does that look different? Like when I say it looks, when you see moon look red on the horizon, and they're like, oh, well, that's a blood moon, isn't it? And why is that? Why is this special? And I said, because you look up and the moon is red right up in the sky, and this is tiny red dot, and that's exactly what that image represents. So even though it's not so impressive in that sense, that's what it looks like, and it's a very fascinating sight, I reckon. Yeah. So Stefan, you've got a bit of wind there as well. You've got a bit of clouds. You're really dealing with the conditions. So we're going to leave you to deal with them and help Renata and Anna get on with the telescope manning. So keep watching. We're going to cross our fingers that the clouds are going to go away again. And there's still 20 minutes of blood moon to go. So we're really enjoying this color that we're looking at here on the blood moon. And remember to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so that you won't miss out next time. But we will be back soon. So see you here in a few. Hello, you're watching Total Lunar Eclipse here on timeanddate.com, and we're watching the Burj Khalifa in Dubai eclipsing the eclipsed moon here. So we had to just jump on and to just tell you guys what's going on.
Right. This is quite an extraordinary shot that we're seeing here. So this is from the Dubai Astronomy Group. They have a telescope set up in downtown Dubai. They've got it trained on the eclipsed moon. We can see that, that blood red moon as we're coming towards the end of totality, towards the end of the total phase of the eclipse. And from their vantage point, the moon is passing behind the Burj Khalifa. That is that iconic tall building in downtown Dubai, the tallest building in the world.
Wow.
And the moon is passing behind it as we come towards the end of totality.
Yep. So here you go. You got the building pretty much covering the whole moon. At least we've got Cyprus there up in the corner. They managed to fight the clouds off for us so we can see what it looks like. But so if you were wondering what that structure was, that's what it is. And a little bit confusing because obviously the telescope is trained on the moon. So it doesn't look like it would look like if you were standing on the ground. You would see the moon just passing behind, right?
Right. The telescope has been tracking the moon. So yes, it kind of looks like the Burj Khalifa is sort of tilted at some sort of crazy angle there. That's simply the way the telescope has been following the moon across the sky. The moon is now there, completely hidden behind the Burj Khalifa. We should then see it coming out the other side fairly soon. But this is a spectacular lunar eclipse stream from Dubai, and congratulations to the team there for catching this really nice view here.
Yeah, and now that it's easier to see, we were a bit, when they first started happening, we were a bit wondering, is that the building? Is it not? But we can really tell that it's the Burj Khalifa now, but obviously tilted because the telescope's following the moon. And also Ayia Napa, Cyprus, looking beautiful there. We were talking to Renata earlier in the show, and she was saying like it looks quite brown this time round. So it's less red, more brown this time round, the blood moon. So that was also super interesting to learn about.
Yeah, the color of total lunar eclipses, it does vary from one eclipse to another. It does vary from location to location. A lot does depend on what the atmosphere is like at a location. It depends on how high the moon is in the sky. I mean, we actually saw a very red moon at the very beginning of our live stream from Cyprus, but that was simply because the moon was so low down, close to the horizon, in all of that haze that we get down there. That was nothing to do with the eclipse at all. So, but yeah, as you say, Renata was saying that, it is actually with the naked eye from Cyprus. It is looking a very brown color. So some great pictures from Cyprus. We did also start to see, Anna, some of our first pictures coming in from Kassel in Germany, where the moon is climbing into view. And meanwhile, we're just still keeping an eye on that Dubai feed, where we're now expecting to see, well, there it is, the eclipsed moon coming out on the other side of the Burj Khalifa in downtown Dubai.
So there you have it. So when you're watching an eclipse from the ground, so to speak, and looking up, there are structures where the moon can pass behind and make it even more interesting to watch the eclipse. So we're going to be back again a bit later. We will see you soon. You're watching a total lunar eclipse here on timeanddate.com, and what an exciting journey it has been. There's been clouds, there's been buildings, and we've been looking at beautiful pictures from Kassel, Germany here, courtesy of Kassel Observatory. They're doing an awesome job, and we can see that the total phase has ended, and the second partial phase is well on its way. We've got our fingers crossed for Cyprus. We are hearing that the worst of the clouds might have passed. So I'm just crossing. And if you have a big screen, and we had to zoom in a bit and have a look because we've got a small screen here, you can see Saturn below to the left in the corner there, the live image from Aya Napa, because Saturn is out hanging out with the moon for this eclipse. So there's lots to see in the sky. We're at the second of 3 total lunar eclipses in a year, but also in the middle of a 2.5 period with no total solar eclipses. So we've got these beautiful total lunar eclipses, but no total solar eclipses. And why is that, Graham?
Yeah, so we do get these patterns in the way that the Earth and the Moon and the Sun align. So, roughly speaking, every 6 months we get a lunar eclipse at full moon, and that is followed by a solar eclipse at new moon, or it can be the other way around, a solar eclipse at new moon followed 2 weeks later by a lunar eclipse at full moon. So we have these nice alignments of the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun, but we never get a really perfect alignment at both of those events. So tonight, for example, this is a total lunar eclipse. This is a perfect alignment of the Sun, the Earth, and the Moon. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to have a solar eclipse, but by the time that solar eclipse comes, the alignment between these 3 bodies is not quite as perfect. So we sort of get these patterns where we have a run of total lunar eclipses that are accompanied by just partial solar eclipses. But then the pattern slowly shifts over a couple of years, and then we find that we get a run of total or annular solar eclipses where we have this really perfect alignment at new moon, giving us a perfect solar eclipse. But then the alignment is not quite so good at the accompanying lunar eclipse. No. And so we just get a partial lunar eclipse or a penumbral lunar eclipse.
Yeah, and we do have a partial solar eclipse in 2 weeks. Again, this eclipse season, like you mentioned. And it's not perfect, it's partial. The moon's shadow will be grazing the southern part of the globe, so it kind of skims the bottom of the globe. So not many people get to see it. But in a way, it's the New Zealand eclipse because they're very lucky.
That's right. New Zealand does turn out to be in pretty much the prime position for the partial solar eclipse in 2 weeks' time. Anna, we're going to be live streaming that eclipse. For this one, we are teaming up with Warren Hurley and Anton Stuck and the rest of the team at the Dunedin Astronomical Society. They're in the city of Dunedin on New Zealand's South Island. And in 2 weeks' time, as the sun rises on September 22nd, New Zealand time, they'll be having a 72% partial solar eclipse at sunrise, as seen from the city of Dunedin in New Zealand. And we have to say it, weather permitting, we're going to be streaming that eclipse live here on timeanddate.com, thanks to our friends at the Dunedin Astronomical Society.
And boy, do they have a challenge to catch an eclipse sun rising. It's we've we've been talking about this challenge of catching the moon. It is similar catching the sun. You don't have anywhere to point your telescope until the eclipse is actually rising. So it's we've got our fingers crossed for Warren and Anton that they get it all right. But it's a lot of things, and we've got our fingers crossed for sure.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be back in the hot seat in 2 weeks here, keeping you guys company, and hopefully showing a beautiful partial solar eclipse. But meanwhile, we still have lots of lunar eclipse going on tonight. We can look at these beautiful images coming in from Ayia Napa, from Castle. It's all happening, and it's so interesting to see that really, really bright side of the full moon coming back into view there. You can really tell how much light the full moon actually gives off and how dim a total lunar eclipse makes the full moon, right, Graham?
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, and still, when we look at that bright part of the moon on the left of the screen, as we look at it from Kassel in Germany, that's still not the fully illuminated moon. There is still a penumbral eclipse happening on that part of the moon. It's not the dark part of Earth's shadow. No. It's the lighter outer part. If you were standing in that light area on the left of the moon, if you looked up at the sky, you would see not all of the sun. No. You'd only see part of the sun. The rest would be blocked by the Earth. You'd be seeing a partial solar eclipse. But like you say, yeah, the difference, it really shows you the difference between a partial solar eclipse and a total solar eclipse. Because if you're standing on the right, in the dark side of the moon, you're getting a total solar eclipse. If you're standing in that light side, you're getting a partial solar eclipse. But the difference is
so big, and it just shows that how light that outer shadow of penumbral shadow is, really. Yeah. So, we're going to enjoy these images, and we will be back a bit later. welcome back to this total lunar eclipse here on timeanddate.com, and it's welcome back one last time. This is the last time we're in here saying hello, but it's not the last time. The show will last a bit longer than this, fortunately. We've still got a bit of partial to go. And whew, lunar eclipses are normally quite relaxing, but this one has been eventful. And we've had buildings fly across the moon. We've got planes fly across the moon. And Mission Control, they just mentioned that another plane crossing our feeds as we were talking right up in the top hand corner there. So timestamp 19:20:10 UTC for those who want to go back after the show and have a look. Sound is from in there is that it was an amazing view on the big screen. So for those plane spotters out there, go and have a look.
Yeah, I think 2 plane crossings in one live stream. I think that's a new record.
For us, at least.
That's a new record for us, for sure. And like you say, yeah, I mean, we've had the moon passing behind the Burj Khalifa. We've had some dramatic fights with the clouds in Cyprus. It's like you say, it's been an eventful evening. In all of the excitement, there is also one thing that we do just have to clarify. We mentioned earlier that on the widescreen shot from Cyprus, just below and to the left of the moon, we mentioned that there was Saturn. In fact, that was not Saturn. That was actually just a bright star, Phi Aquarii, which is very close to Saturn in the sky at the moment. But Saturn was not in that widescreen picture. It was just a bit further out. Having said that, Saturn is in the neighborhood of the moon, and if we get a chance, we might try to get a shot of Saturn with a telescope before the end of the stream tonight.
Yeah. So they just have to prioritize which telescope they want to put to Saturn instead of the moon. So we're giving them some time down there in Cyprus to figure that out. So we'll see. We might be lucky. We might get a bonus Saturn. But we do need to thank some folks, as we're at that part of the show where we do our thank yous. And we want to reach out to Matt Woods and apologize for the rain and his heartbreak over that at Perth Observatory, our 8th live stream together. Thank you so much, Matt, for joining us, telling us about why the moon turns red. We want to thank Khadija Ahmad, Shiraz Aman, Awan, Ahmad Hassan, Mahmoud Hassan, and the Dubai Astronomy Group in the United Arab Emirates. They've been working with astrophotographer Rami Debo. There's our 3rd live stream with them. They did amazingly well. Very fun to see the moon pass behind Burj Khalifa. Graham.
Yeah, and we want to say a very big thank you to our new friends at the Kassel Observatory in central Germany. The first time that we've collaborated with them, and we've had some beautiful pictures there. We had to wait, of course, because we had to wait for the moon to rise in Germany, but then we got some fantastic pictures. That's from David Spira, Mark Voskovsky, Miron Gassat, Florian Hein, Julian Kanatz, the team there at the Kassel Observatory in Germany. Thanks for the great pictures from central Germany.
Yeah, but not to forget Stefan Thorsten, Anna Smith, and Renate Merlan, who's operating the Time and Date Mobile Observatory in Cyprus and fighting those clouds bravely. We've had a lot of messages going back and forth between us and Mission Control behind us. There's a lot of people to thank, but we're going to be back in 2 weeks thanking more people. So there's going to be a partial solar eclipse coming our way on September 21st. That's UTC time. It will happen on September 22nd in New Zealand, where we will be streaming from with our partners in Dunedin Astronomy Club. So keep watching, hit that subscribe button. There's going to be more partial eclipse at the end, and maybe even some Saturn. We will have to see what Stefan and co decide to do. So see you back here in 2 weeks. Bye. Time and Date, we look up into the sky. We bring you exclusive footage from eclipses worldwide. We take our mobile observatory to where the action happens. Hi, Stefan.
Hi, Anna.
We collaborate with experts and observatories across the globe to bring you the best view of celestial events.
And we ordered the Devil's Horn just for you.
Now, we have to say thank you very much for your images tonight.
We explain how and show why it all happens while answering your questions during our live broadcast events.
That is a meteor.
Find your home and even more details on Time and Date. And subscribe to join us next time.